Hello everyone, welcome back to Python The Basics. I'm your host Jessica, and today is lesson 2. So, in the last lesson was our very first lesson, where we just talked about the print function and how it just takes some sort of text, or anything basically, and puts it on the screen. So here we just made a little triangle and had the words "here's my triangle" written underneath. So when we run this, here we go. Down here you can see the little triangle. So today we're going to be learning a bit about variables. Now, there's quite a bit to talk about when it comes to variables, so let me just whip up my paint that I tend to use to visualize stuff. It's quite good actually. So let's get ourselves a rectangle or square. Yeah, we'll get ourselves a rectangle, right? Just think of a variable like a rectangle. You can name the rectangle as like anything you want. So let's say actually it's much easier to do text. My number. So the name of it, so that's the name of our empty box, or variable even. And then inside this, you could put anything you want. So let's say we like the number 6, so we want to put 6 inside that box. So then my number is now the variable name, and 6 is what's called the value. So this is the name, value. It's as simple as that. So to do these in Python, very simple. My number equals 6. Simple. To print it out, to output it to the screen, you can just do print and then my number. So what this will do, when we run it now, my number would just be 6, as you can see down here, which is awesome. Okay, cool. So there's different types of variables you can have. So let's say we have this number and we want to know its data type. So whether it's a string, which is basically like a bunch of characters put together like a word or a phrase. An int is short for integer, which is basically like a whole number. There's many other different data types as well. So we can, if we wanted to get that, we can use, so if I do that, we can use the word type, if I can spell, there we go. Okay, type will return the type of number it is. So when we run this, we should get int. See? Class int. So it's basically telling us what data type this number is, and it's an integer. Let's say I'm going to write my variable, and let's call, so if I can spell that is. So my variable, let's say it equals hello world. Now the type won't be integer anymore, it will be string. str is short for string. What else? Let's say we have decimals, so 1.5. This one's interesting, float. So there's different ways of representing a decimal. Usually it's either float or double or long. Those are like the 3 main ways you can sort of like represent a decimal. Python usually sees it as float, so that's like the main one that's used. Let's say we wanted to do a character, for example. Let's say J for Jessica. Save this. This will not be a string. This will be a character. Or, ooh, actually. So it says string, but this is actually a character. Python does like to be funky. Okay, so variables are interesting. So let's say we have my number is 6, and my string is hello world, without the exclamation mark at the start. And then we can print these two. Print my string. I said my string, not match. There we go. Now, let's take a look at the results we get. Okay, 6 and hello world. Okay, so my number is an int or a string. It's an int. My string is a string, as you probably guessed. And yeah, that's basically the basics of variables. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Ta-ta!